Empty nesters, no besters.
She's Helene.
I am.
And I'm Dora.
And we're back again to discuss being empty nesters.
Being empty nesters. Once again.
Yeah. So how was your week?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Didn't do much. Worked
adjusting?
a lot. Yep, adjusting for sure.
Okay.
I didn't hear a lot from the girls this week, which was the first time.
When you say you didn't hear a lot from them, does that mean like you only heard from them once a day, or every other day, or just through text, or what?
We didn't have full-on conversations. We texted.
Every day, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Yeah, every day.
Okay.
Every day.
Well, good, because here's the thing. That was my dog. I saw a thing about being an empty nester, and it said how to, like, the whole thing about being empty nester, you've got to redefine your role as a mom or whatever, and it affects women more than men. Mm-hmm. Surprise, surprise. But it was saying how, just you may ease into this, as long as you're keeping in touch with your children. And I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But it said, by weekly phone calls and weekly texts. And I was like, are we like in the 1980s when no one had a cell phone? Yeah, I was like,
that
what?
My dad still does.
Yeah, and again, I acknowledge I am a helicopter mom. But
we have to talk about the helicopter mom today. We saw at Sam's. Go ahead.
I am a helicopter mom, but weekly text and a weekly phone call. Oh no,
yeah,
no. Sometimes a day will go by and it is just a not a phone conversation, but we text. But I'll bet you 2 days don't go by and I've at least spoken to her on the phone.
Yeah.
So
that's normal.
Yeah, right? But I don't know what this was like a psychologist saying weekly text. I'm like,
that's like going. You're right. That's like going back in the
doing that because
50s,
I'm thinking,
60s.
Who's going to her to hear that?
That's what my dad does. He calls me every Saturday, 10 o'clock, once a week.
Because that's his generation.
That's it. That must be that generation.
Yeah.
No, I talk to the girls. Well, I text them good morning. Yeah, now he does.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I text them good morning. Most mornings they text me back good morning. Yeah. And then we might FaceTime. Amanda, she FaceTime me more.
FaceTime. Madison and I don't do very much.
Yeah, she FaceTime me more than she ever has, which is good. I love that. But anyway, so I read this article, and the article was talking about when you're an empty nester and the kids are homesick, and how often should you allow them to come home when they are homesick? Do you say, oh, come home, because I'm lonely also?
No.
Or do you say, figure it out, it's okay,
that's what you
stay
did.
There. What?
You actually made the rule of you can't come home till Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I was horrified by that whole entire thing. I was like, what? Matt, I expect you home every week. Again, helicopter mom. And that's when she was at UF.
Yeah.
And she did come home often, and that probably wasn't the best thing. I'll be the first to admit it. But there's no way I would have said you can't come home till Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I think the girls came home before Thanksgiving, but I did read that
Chelsea's first year did? I don't think she did.
I think she did.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She did because she went to homecoming. She went to homecoming down here during football season. Her first year over there.
Football game, homecoming.
Yeah,
I thought like she went to the dance. I was like,
No. She went to homecoming. I remember that. But there is a book. It's called The Naked Roommate, and they talk a lot about how you should come home from Thanksgiving, and that's where I got that from.
You shouldn't come home.
You shouldn't come until Thanksgiving because you have to acclimate yourself. And then once they do come home, how things are so different with us and with them. But the funny part is, so you know how we talk about how we are, they're gone, we're here by ourselves, no kids, used to them being there. So I read this thing and it was kind of funny. And it was a mom, and she said, my daughter has left. She's a freshman at college, and I'm really thinking about redoing her room. and it said
that's what they always do on the little comedy shows. It's
yes.
like the kid leaves and they change it into like a workout room or something.
And she said, she wanted it for her knitting or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
but she said, I don't know if she'll be mad or not. She should be home by 5 because she's at the community college.
That's pretty good.
I thought that was so funny. So it made me think, because I went on to read the article, and it said how you should not change a child's room at least the first year. Yes, that's what it said. And so then I started thinking, I changed Amanda's room a little bit, but really for the best. Like I put in. I keep saying we.
It's all right, Amanda. You can come to my house.
Yeah. She has a bigger bed. She has a bigger bed now.
Oh, okay.
And that's the only thing I've changed. The only thing, but
that's different.
That's different. That's the only thing. It's definitely 100% her bedroom.
I mean, you can come over if you want.
But really, how bad is that?
No,
I do think I agree with the author. I think it was a psychologist. I forget. Grown and Flown. This is where we're getting our information from for all you critics out there. Where are they getting their information from? Because, all our fans. We have a lot of fans now.
Speaking of fans, Madison Verdone.
Yes, Madison Verdone.
Yes, so happy that you subscribed. And,
yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You're a top fan of the week. We should have a top fan of the week. You are our top. Cheers to Madison Verdone.
Cheers to Madison Verdone.
Okay, sorry. Madison, to all your friends, okay?
All your friends.
They're at the Gator game tonight. First Gator game.
Go Gators.
Madison and Amanda. I was going to say Maddie.
Well, not first Gator game because they played...
No, they're at their first Gator game.
I gotcha.
Yeah, they're at their first one. Okay, back to the article. So, I thought that was funny because this was actually a comment. It was the article talked about, it was like 5 things you shouldn't do when your child leaves for college, and that was one of them. That said, you shouldn't change their bedroom for at least a year. Right. Well, then this mom, whoever she is, she commented in the comments and said, well, I'm changing my daughter's room. I wonder if she'll be mad. She'll be home at 5 from community college.
Right.
So I thought that was hilarious, and I started thinking, I wonder how many parents do that and how kids really feel. Because you see in movies a lot where... My feelings would be hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't have my own room ever, but that's okay.
Actually, I did not until my sister left the house either. But my feelings would be hurt, and I would think Madison's feelings would be hurt.
Yeah.
And if she said they weren't, I'd probably send her to a psychologist because I think she's got a stone cold heart if that was the case. But I think, I don't think that would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I will always have a bed and a room for Madison. Yeah. And Amanda, if you need to come too.
Amanda's mine.
All right, but when you change her room into somebody else's.
Sorry. Into a quilting room, but I don't quilt. So anyways, talking about helicopter moms.
Oh, okay.
Helene. So we were at Sam's. We went estate selling today.
Yes,
both of us.
Because you want to know why? That's a new hobby. And that is one of the things to do when you're an empty nesters. You get a hobby.
You spend money on stuff you don't really need, but you really like.
But it was so cheap.
So cheap.
Oh, my God.
I bought 3 brand new toothbrushes for 75 cents. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I spent like $20. Yeah. But, I bought this for $12.50 because... Could you pull that and open... No, all you got to do is this. Oh. Sorry, the dog's got to go inside he's just getting a toy or something. But it's a bedspread and I love it. It doesn't even fit my bed, but it will fit Madison's. But it was that cheap, it doesn't even matter. It was just so cheap, and with the shams and everything, love it. And I bought a couple of things for the art. Oh my God, could you put? This is. So really, I'm not an empty nester because this is what I do every day. Get out. Come on. What are you going to do? All right. So go ahead, helicopter mom. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So we were at Sam's, and Helene was driving. She was waiting for a parking spot, and this lady with 2 young kids was she didn't know what she was doing, and she was anxiety. You could tell she wasn't. I'm over. How do you say it?
No, you're not.
Not overreacting.
Exaggerating. No,
exaggerating. That's the word.
You're not. She's not.
Okay, so she looked like she was a little frantic. She didn't know if she was coming or going. So she let the little girl. She must have been 5 years old, maybe. She let the little girl take the car.
Think she was older than that.
You think so? take the cart
Could
to
you
the
pop him? Sorry.
take the cart to the cart corral, right? Which was literally right across the parking
It
space
wasn't
right there, like
25
right there.
feet away with no obstruction in the view.
So Helene is, of course, yelling in the car because she has a little bit of road rage. We'll talk about that in another episode. And she was like, "Oh my God, this lady does not know what she's doing."
I thought she was leaving. I wanted that spot. It was in the shade, and I was gonna park there.
So then the little girl goes, and I go, "They're not leaving anytime soon." She still has to put the baby in the car seat. And then, so the kid goes, and then the lady starts texting, and I say to Helene, I go, "Look," I go, "she's texting the little girl, make sure she's okay." When she's across, she's like literally right there. Yeah. And then Helene goes, "She's a helicopter mom. I hate helicopter moms." So this was me looking at Helene. Seriously.
I know.
Because she's a helicopter
But you know what? The first step is admitting it.
Admitting you're
wrong. The
first
step to recovery.
I'm listening to A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. That is one of the steps.
To admit it.
Remember I was telling you.
I fully admit
know what your faults are and love them. And laugh at them.
I can love my faults. It's like, will my husband love my faults?
He got no choice.
He doesn't. He kind of does, but we're just going to tell him
he got
does.
no choice.
What is he
but
doing?
I thought that was funny. So another thing, a photo. I don't know if that'll zoom into a photo or not. Can you guys see this? No. They do it in the other YouTube channels. Okay, so anyway, it says, a few things empty nesters don't miss about back to school. The forms that need to be signed, packing lunch, being a human alarm clock, homework. One thing they do miss, their kids, which is so true. Yeah. But let me talk about those forms. That's what I want to talk about. So remember, well, you only had one. Well, me with the 3 with the emergency forms. Why can't you just put all 3 kids on one emergency form if they're at the same school with all the same information? And why does everybody have to do all those forms every single year? It's ridiculous.
But you know, it is ridiculous. However, I work with the emergency forms sometimes.
Yeah, so you're at fault. She's a culprit.
No, but you know what? If something screws up, that is the only thing the school has.
But if they have it from the year before and they say, is everything correct? Yes, just initial. Okay, everything's correct. Why do you have to redo all those forms? Nobody remembers their insurance card number. And you have to put down all the emergency people. You have to put down all this information. Like, why? Are you allergic to anything? No, nobody's ever allergic to anything. Maybe some people.
Sometimes allergies come up after the fact, like later.
That I do not miss. That part of empty nesting, do not miss.
No, but you know what has taken the place, which is so much worse than an emergency form, filling out the FAFSA.
Oh, that is true. That's coming out October 1st, people. October 1st.
I just can't. Don't get me started.
It's easier now that because you just redo. Yeah, but October 1st, don't miss a deadline.
The first year of FAFSA.
That is true.
I'm sorry, I am paying attention, but it's my dog. He's under, like, the couch, and he's driving. I know.
Helicopter mom.
I am. He has a sensitive stomach.
Oh, wait, that's
has a sensitive stomach. And we gotta watch it. Get out of there now. Get.
Poor Stitchy. So anyway, yes. That is one thing I do not miss. I haven't really packed my kids' lunch for a very long time. So
that's what I was thinking. Like,
yeah, that they pack their own lunch.
Yeah.
What else? It's mostly the forms.
Homework.
They were pretty much on their
Madison.
own.
She would get up on her own.
Yeah. Me either.
What was
they
the
were
other
always
thing?
good. It was human alarm clock. Wait, let me read it. Forms, packing lunch, human alarm, homework. Homework. I couldn't even understand half the stuff they were doing. Anyway.
Yeah, that was above my level. Yeah, I was like, whatever. I was like, good luck with that.
Yeah. So, Google, best friend.
Yeah, but the one thing that to remember when you're home and alone and you're eating your bonbons or whatever.
Call a friend. Bonbon. You're so 1950s.
I know.
Talking about that guy one time a week, man. Said just call her one time a week.
What?
That's what he's.
Oh.
Eating your bonbons. Do you have bonbons? I want one.
I've never had a bonbon before.
We should have bought those caramels at Sam's and had bonbons. Now, Amanda's going to comment on this and says, it's not caramels, it's caramels.
No, it's not. It's caramel.
It is caramel, right? That's Chelsea. One of them always says is a different one.
But here's the thing. When you're feeling low And
isn't it a song?
When you're down and out.
When you're
on the street.
I've been on the
That's
street.
a Bridget
I have been on the
Troubled
street.
Water.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been on the street a couple times.
So when you're feeling, Simon and Garfunkel-y,
They don't know what that is.
yes, they do. Yeah. Just keep in mind your child's gone away to college. It's a good thing.
Yes.
And it's a healthy thing. You don't want your child to be you want your child to miss you, but you really don't want your child to be crying and, wanting to be with you all the time, because that's not normal.
No, that's not normal. And you want them to see you getting a life happy, because if they see you unhappy, they're going to feel like it's their fault,
mm-hmm.
and it's going to get into their psyche, and they're going to want to come home, and then they're going to live with you till they're 35, and then you're going to be like, what's wrong with you, child?
Yeah, you need to go.
You. It's you.
And, mommy drinks because you're not home. That's not true.
It is true.
It might be a little bit true.
No, I'm just joking. It's not.
All right, so cheers. We're
cheers.
Out. Have
Episode
a good week.
4.
Episode 4. Have a good week, guys. And yay, Madison Burdone once again. Shout out.
Yay, top fan.